Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Alliant Cashback Visa Signature Credit Card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with a good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $10,000 in free stocks, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Webull. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then deposit at least $100. At that point, Webull will be sending you a few free stocks worth all the way up to $10,000 or whatever other type of promotion they have going on at that point in time. Okay, so diving right into the main features of the Alliant Cashback Visa Signature Credit Card. First off, we're going to be talking about cashback and how you can earn it with this card. So you will be earning 2.5% cash back on the first $10,000 that you spend in each billing cycle. That is if you are with the Tier 1 rewards. And then anything above $10,000 in each billing cycle, you will be earning 1.5% cash back. Then if you're Tier 2, and we are going to cover what's going to qualify you for Tier 1 versus Tier 2 in just a second. But if you're Tier 2, on all transactions across the board, you will be earning just 1.5% cash back. Now, how do you qualify for Tier 1? So with Tier 1, you must have an Alliant high-rate checking account, opt in to receive e-statements, have at least one electronic deposit posted to the account each calendar month, and also maintain an average daily balance of at least $1,000. Now, I should mention here also that new cardholders will automatically earn Tier 1 rewards for the first 100 days after card approval, but after then you will have to meet all of those requirements. If you don't, you will be Tier 2. And of course, to have this credit card at all, you will need to be an Alliant Credit Union member. Now, as far as the spend bonus goes, unfortunately, with this credit card, there is no spend bonus. So like with other credit cards out there, you might have to spend, let's say, like $1,000 within the first 3 months. And if you do so, they'll send you a spend bonus of $200. Unfortunately, with this credit card, there is no spend bonus. I really wish there was. But of course, there are some other benefits with this card that you should definitely factor in. So just for instance, you will have a rate as low as 17.49%. With this card, there's also no annual fee. There's also a $0 fraud liability guarantee. So if someone picks up your card, whether your card falls out of your wallet or they steal your credit card number and they go off and spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars in transactions, either in person or online, you will not be held liable to pay for those transactions because you did not authorize them. So that's definitely a pretty good perk. Also, in addition to that, there are no foreign transaction fees, so if you happen to travel abroad, this is a card you can take with you and you won't be charged extra for using it. Then on top of that, this card will also work with Google Pay, Apple Pay, and Samsung Pay, so that's definitely pretty convenient as well. It also comes with personal identity theft protection, so it provides reimbursement up to $5,000 for covered expenses you incur to restore your identity as a result of a covered stolen identity event. You're also going to be receiving purchase security, which is going to protect new retail purchases made with your card within the first 90 days from the date of purchase. You're also going to be receiving travel accident insurance, so you and your dependents become covered automatically when the entire common carrier fare is charged to this particular credit card. Then you're going to be receiving auto rental collision damage waiver as well. This is going to eliminate the need to pay for the collision damage waiver or similar provision provided by the commercial auto rental companies on most passenger vehicles. Then you're also going to be receiving roadside dispatch as well. Then you're going to be receiving ID Navigator powered by Norton LifeLock. And then finally, you're also going to be receiving extended warranty protection. So this is going to double the term of your eligible U.S. manufacturer's warranty up to 1 additional year on eligible warranties of 3 years or less. Now for warranties of less than 1 year, the term is going to be doubled. And then for warranties of 1 year or more, an additional year of coverage is going to be provided. So now that we went over the main features of this card at this point in time, we are going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees, because of course this is also super important as well. So starting out, your purchase APR is going to be anywhere between 17.49 to 27.49% based on your credit worthiness. Then as far as balance transfers go, your APR on those is also going to be exactly the same, anywhere between 17.49 to 27.49% based on your credit worthiness. Now with this card, as you can see, starting out, there's not like a special promotional offer of 0% for, let's say, like the first 12 to 18 months, like you see with some of the other credit cards out there on the market. So therefore, with these interest rates, you're really not going to, put yourself at much of an advantage of doing a balance transfer when you're still going to be paying like 17, 18, all the way up to 27.49%. So right now, obviously, it's probably not going to be worth it for you, but later down the road, they might offer you like a promotional offer of 0%. So something you could definitely look out for. Then as far as cash advances on this channel, we usually recommend to stay far away from cash advances. This, of course, should not be considered financial advice, just my own personal reasons. Usually you're paying a very high interest rate with them, plus a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance, just know that your APR on those is going to be anywhere between 25.49% and 29.49%. So those are the APRs that you're going to be paying for purchases, balance transfers, and cash advances. At this point, we're going to go ahead and dive into the fees. As far as the fees go on the cash advances, you are going to be paying a fee of either $10 or 3% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever happens to be greater. Then as far as balance transfers go, the balance transfer fee is going to be 3% on top of the APR that you are going to be paying. Then as far as foreign transaction fees, like we mentioned just a moment ago, there is not going to be any foreign transaction fees. So if you do happen to travel abroad, this is a card you can definitely take with you and you won't be charged anything extra for using it, except maybe if they charge an extra fee for using a credit card at restaurants or something like that, which is actually pretty common internationally. Then as far as late or return payments, there is going to be a fee on those of up to $27. And then finally with this card, there is no annual fee, which is definitely great because you don't have to sit around and consider every single year whether or not this card is worth keeping it, because you are not paying anything for it anyway. So you might as well keep it, not like you're paying like a $95 annual fee or anything like that. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the biggest pros and drawbacks of this card. So we're going to start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is the fact that you can earn up to 2.5% cash back on the first $10,000 you spend in each billing cycle if you are in the Tier 1 rewards program. 2.5% cash back, that is pretty good. That's going to be on all transactions across all categories. So all in all, pretty good there. Also with this card, there are no foreign transaction fees, so that's definitely an advantage as well. And finally, there is no annual fees, so it's definitely a positive as well. You're not paying anything for this card. You're not paying a single dime to be earning the 2.5% cashback rewards. So those are the best things about this credit card. As far as the drawbacks go, first off, you are only going to be earning the 2.5% cashback on the first $10,000 you spend. Anything above that is only going to be 1.5% cash back. But most people are not going to be spending more than $10,000 anyways, so this really isn't that big of a deal. The second drawback, I would say probably the biggest one, at least in my opinion, is the fact that this card does not have a spend bonus. I really wish that it had a spend bonus, even if it was just like as small as $100 or $200 after you spend, let's say, like $1,000 within the first 90 days. I really wish they would add that at some point in the near future. If they did, that would make this one of the better credit cards out there, even though you do have to be a member of the Alliant credit union, which is also a drawback as well. If you do not want to join their credit union, obviously you cannot have this credit card. And then finally, there are no bonus categories. So again, you're going to be earning 2.5% cash back across the board. One thing that would make this card even better if they gave you like 3% for gas, groceries, dining, or something like that. But still, I can't really complain because 2.5% cash back across the board is still pretty good. So just to sum this card up, all in all, I would say it's a pretty good card. Again, 2.5% cash back across the board is really one of the best credit cards that you're going to find. There are a lot of other cards out there that offer 2% cash back, but not 2.5% cash back. So 2.5% cash back across the board is pretty good. The fact that it does not have a spend bonus, though, could possibly make that a deal breaker, but at the end of the day, that's definitely going to be up to you. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.